The celebrations on Endor were raucous, joyous, and well-earned. Across the galaxy, the whispers of freedom were turning into shouts of triumph. The Empire, a crushing weight that had suffocated hope for decades, was finally broken. The Death Star, that monstrous symbol of tyrannical power, had exploded in a fiery, cathartic release. Yet, amidst the exuberant revelry, a solitary figure stood apart. A young man who had just confronted the galaxy's greatest monster, and, in doing so, had found his father. Luke Skywalker, still bearing the emotional wounds of the confrontation, was not entirely consumed by the triumph. His victory, though immense, carried a profound personal cost. He had faced Darth Vader, the embodiment of evil, and had been forced to choose between vengeance and compassion, between falling to the dark side and holding true to the light. He had chosen the light, and in doing so, had pulled his father back from the precipice. As the Ewoks danced and the Rebel Alliance cheered, Luke found a quiet clearing, a moment of profound introspection. The Force, no longer a mysterious whisper, but a vibrant presence within him, hummed with the echoes of everything that had transpired. And then they appeared. First, the familiar, comforting presences of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Yoda, their forms shimmering softly in the cool Endor air. Their gazes were filled with wisdom, pride, and a deep sense of peace. They had guided him, trained him, believed in him, and now they bore witness to the fruits of their faith. But then, a third figure began to coalesce beside them, a presence that was both startling and utterly, perfectly right. It was Anakin Skywalker, no longer the towering, mechanical terror of Darth Vader, but a man in his prime, with a gentle smile gracing his lips, his blue eyes clear and full of an emotion that transcended words. The scars of the dark side, the twisted mask, the artificial breath, all gone. What remained was the good man Luke had always believed was there, the man he had fought so desperately to save. This was not a moment of grand pronouncements or dramatic confessions. There was no need for words. The true conversation, the deep, soulful reunion, transcended language. Anakin looked upon his son with a pride so vast, so overwhelming, it seemed to fill the very air around them. It was a pride born not just of Luke's triumph over the Emperor, but of his unwavering belief, his compassion, his sheer refusal to give up on the good within his father. There was gratitude there too, an unspoken thank you for the salvation Luke had offered, for dragging him back from the abyss he had willingly plunged into. Anakin, free at last, free from the torment and the darkness, looked at Luke and saw his redemption. And Luke, in turn, saw not the monster who had terrorized the galaxy, the killer of younglings, the enforcer of the Empire's cruelty. He saw his father. He saw the potential for good that Obi-Wan had always spoken of, the man Padme had loved, the hero the Republic had once revered. He saw the humanity beneath the machinery, the light that had finally, miraculously won out. It was the confirmation of everything he had risked his life for, the vindication of his deepest, most dangerous hope. This quiet, emotional reunion on Endor's forest moon is in many ways the true climax of the original Star Wars trilogy. We often think of climaxes in terms of explosions and battles, the destruction of the Death Star, the lightsaber duel between father and son. These are certainly the thrilling, high-stakes turning points of the physical conflict, but the deepest, most resonant climax is not found in the external triumph of the rebellion, but in the internal healing of the Skywalker family and the restoration of a lost soul. The saga's central conflict was never just about a rebellion against an oppressive empire. At its heart, it was about the Skywalker legacy, the fall of a hero, the rise of a villain, and the son's relentless journey to pull his father back from the dark. Endor's embrace, the silent communication between a redeemed father and his compassionate son, is where that core emotional arc finds its resolution. It's where Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One, truly fulfills his destiny, not just by destroying the Sith Lord, but by returning to the light himself. guided home by the pure love of his son. It's a powerful testament to the idea that it's never too late to come back to the light. No matter how deep the darkness, how many terrible choices have been made, or how much pain has been inflicted, the spark of good can still be rekindled. Luke's unwavering belief in Anakin, even when all evidence pointed to a soul utterly lost, speaks volumes about the power of love, forgiveness, and unconditional acceptance. It is a profound message of hope, not just for a galaxy far, far away, but for our own lives. The echo of that peaceful reunion on Endor reverberates throughout the entire saga. It's a moment of profound peace, resolution, and ultimately salvation. It reminds us that even in the greatest cosmic battles, the most meaningful victories are often the quietest ones, those that heal families, restore souls, and remind us of the enduring power of compassion. What are your thoughts on this pivotal moment? Did Endor's embrace resonate with you as the true emotional heart of the trilogy? Share your reflections in the comments below. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more journeys into the heart of Star Wars lore. Your support helps us continue these explorations. Thank you for listening.